So, like, I'm not using the mic because I guess I'm audible to everyone in the room, right? Hi. Hello. Good morning. And whenever someone says things, they expect a response.
Good morning.
What, are you guys sleepy already?
Yeah.
Like, it's just 12:25 right now. Like, you still have to carry on this energy till 6. How many of you feeling sleepy? Be honest, raise your hands.
No, there's a reason. Last night I couldn't sleep for excitement. Like,
Okay. Anyone else who is feeling sleepy? So anyone else who is feeling sleepy?
Yes.
So before starting off on whatever my topic is, I would like to give you a brief overview of what is actually going to happen in this room now onwards. This is not meant to be like one of the rooms where the feature speakers come. This will be the room where like the little talks happen, like building conversations. Then there will be another talk on cyclic neural networks. So if you're interested in that, do stay back. But if you're more interested in mobile development with Pawan Kumar, who's the GDE on Thrumil Shah, kind of shift to the other room when your session starts. Okay?
Is it going on now or is it going on?
Right now we have Rihu Das speaking there. Rihu talking about this pickup qualities of catpod.
And well, it's going up like.
And yes, in case any of your friends who did not get to attend this room right here are not able to attend it, I have shared a live stream links in the Facebook post. In the Facebook page, it's there. So just tell your friends to check it out, or even if you want, you can check it out as well. Right. So hi, my name is Shuvam Manna. I expect a response.
Hello.
Right. So I'm Shuvam Manna. I'm a sophomore and I'm computer science undergrad at Heritage Institute of Technology. And I'll be talking about building conversations. Now, why did I think of talking about building conversations? Because whenever I was asked whether I want to take a session at breakfast or not, obviously, like who would give up? It's bad. You need to have that. That's like bragging rights. So the reason I decided to talk to you about building conversations is this. Now, be honest. How many of you have actually done this? And what has been assistant's response to you?
It was rejected for the review. Thank you. Gave it for a review, and it's stuck. And I didn't.
So your like proposal got stuck in the review process.
No, it came back. There's a few changes were suggested, and I didn't get time to get back to it. So I'm still working.
Anyone else who has like a weird experience while proposing the Google Assistant? Yeah, please narrate your experience. Unfortunately. So, like, one of the major things which everyone does with every voice assistant, not just Google Assistant, is that you are lonely in life. Even I am. I don't deny that. So, we turn to these boards to make sure our life is not as bad, right? So, I built my first chatbot in class 9 when I was just getting started with Java and all. And that chatbot was just a huge bunch of if-else statements. My first NLP-based chatbot was written in JavaScript when I was in class 11. I can show you a demo of that. It's remotely better than what the Java chatbot was, but it was still primitive. And to give you a little background about myself, I started working with Dialogflow in a couple of years back when it was still called API.ai. And AOG was not even discovered when I had started working with Dialogflow or API.ai. So this is me. This is the best picture of me I could find. And many of them have been asking a question about what is Hummingbird since I list myself as a founder. So to give a little overview about Hummingbird is, most of you have used Shazam or like Shazam or any other song recognition app like Google also, right? What these apps don't do is they don't recognize music. Like if you play a Beethoven piece and turn on Shazam, it won't work. Basically, how Shazam and other apps like this work is, they convert your input. They do a speech-to-text analysis. They extract the text. They run search on that text. That is basically it.
So they don't go through the frequencies and the graph stuff and
no. It's a fundamental problem in all of these apps. So Hummingbird does exactly that. Yeah. Instrumental music, you will probably be able to detect what instrument is being played, but it's difficult to say, like, if you play Moonlight Sonata, whichever instrument it is, it will probably detect that this instrument is being played as a piano or a violin, but it won't detect that the moonlight sonata is being played. And if it happens, you might be one of the beta testers who are testing out their feature. So what Hummingbird does is it takes an audio input and analyzes the audio, not the text. So it's still in development phase. I've been working it for the last 6 or 7 months. Hopefully, I'll be able to release a beta by Jan 2019, and I will sort of test it out. So coming back to building conversations. How many of you have heard of a bot beating the Dota 2 champions of the world? Yeah, so can I have the hands again, please? Yeah, so can you just tell me what it was all about? Right. So basically, the bot which beat the Dota 2 champion was made by OpenAI. Anyone here who says who founded OpenAI gets this right. You were the one who raised your hand first. Yeah. This is right. What's the size? Medium. Guys, a little bit of applause would be nice. So there are others who have some offer as well, so don't lose heart. So what we need to go into details of why we actually need a voice-based assistant, right? Why we actually need to consider building conversations. You heard Priyanka earlier talk about getting metaphors and all in this speech, but we have not even addressed the fundamental concept of why we need to build voice-based communication systems. The first thing is, no matter how much you try, you can't build a visual interface which is intuitive enough for a man to understand and go at the word go. Steve Jobs had propagated this idea that an interface should be intuitive, which basically translates to that whenever you see it, you won't need a product manual to figure out how to use the word. Right? Voice-based like visual assistants or visual interfaces, no matter how simple they are, you still have to go through a lot to make sure you know how to work with it. Anyone here is learning Photoshop? Yeah, sir, can you just narrate your experience when you just started off learning Photoshop? Anyone here who like used a phone for the first time and had to figure out how things work? Anyone remembers that time? Oh, I guess phones are pretty intuitive user interface. So the point is, no user interface can get as intuitive as words. See, it's as simple as call my mom. You give this example, you give this command, and it's done. You don't have to worry about this app to open. Here is where I have my number. Here is where I have to like input all the things. Here is where I choose my SIM and all. You don't have to go through all those stuff. Like right now, if you try to call your mom, you have to like unlock your phone, open the phone app, select the number. If it's a speed dial, fine. Then if you have 2 SIM cards, and select your SIM. Then finally you get to go. While if you just use your voice, call my mom, the only prompt you will receive is which mom. If you have like mom 1, mom 2, mom 3, mom 0, mom Airtel, say it like that. No, I do, which is I can't use Google Assistant for that. So how do you make your bot or your conversation-based interface stand out from among the rest? How many of you use Assistant on a regular basis? Can you just give me a brief idea of what you use it for? Besides selling it,
I have experience to share. Like as I was saying in that session while.
Please be a bit louder. Like everyone wants to.
Okay. Like I have an experience to share. Like no, I don't do it. I can. Like I taught my grandmother to call Hasselblad. Like she is not. She doesn't know anything about technology, and what she barely can type a number. And she had issues like contacting people, like typing a number or seeing the pads which she had. So I taught her in her that geophone, small geophone, which like it's a feature phone. Like I am a fan of it. Like I taught her to use a Google Assistant for making her call. Like she literally speaks now like call कीजिए, and the response is like that. आप किसे call करना चाहते हैं? So if you can test it right now.
Yeah.
I have a geophone. Right? If you can.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so the interface which you are talking about, it's amazing. Like call कीजिए, and the reply comes, आप किसे call करना चाहते हैं? And if the contact is saved in some, like if your name Shuvam, call Shuvam, and the call goes back. So it's really easy for her now to use the phone. Like she even can call without any hassle. Like she doesn't have these typing issues anymore. So
like, that's
that's
a brilliant story to share, like how voice messaging has changed.
yeah, that's
And the
grandmother's.
nice, an occasional applause would be nice if someone is sharing this story. Otherwise, किसी को energy नहीं है, सब लोग सो रहे हैं and all stuff.
Thank you.
So, anyone else who has a story to share? How many of you are hungry? This except the volunteers. No one is hungry. So that means more food for us. Yeah, anyway. So every time you make a bot, you need to make sure that your bot has a personality. But okay, I will ask another question again. Because see, I'm not that kind of guy who just gives on a little, because I don't know a lot. So the thing is, I got my first inspiration to build a chatbot when I saw Iron Man. Jarvis.
Yeah.
So any one of you can tell me like what kicked off your journey into experiencing chatbots? Like what was the first chatbot you wanted? Yeah. Jarvis. Anyone else with Jarvis?
Actually, Jarvis, but what I used to think was like I was more into security. Primarily, I was more into security.
So you thought you would come on Jarvis hack his computer.
Exactly that. Exactly that. And by that time, I was like more into that remote access to them and stuff like that. So I was thinking like, why can't I just like let's see, I even named my bot as Charlie. Okay. And that is a good application. I won't be able to say no. That's just something. So, it was like, come on, Charlie. Let me show what my dad is doing. My dad's laptop. But actually, the rat was already that in first victim
In
was my dad.
today's world of strict privacy policies, your app is anything leaks.
Okay. So it was just a bunch of commands like, as you see, it's unity of if-else and a very basic source activity. That was the start of machine learning journey for me. So I failed miserably, but I tried. And
Yeah,
I still,
it's a nice story to share with all of us. So get this, like whenever I'm looking at you like this, you are supposed to do that. So every bot has a personality to make it more intuitive, to make sure that your bot is not repeating the same thing again and again, and to make sure that your bot is getting personalized for every user. You can use machine learning, you can use reinforcement learning, supervised learning. There are a hell lot of different forms of learning. So you can use all of them to personalize your bot in such a way that your bot adapts itself to every user. And you know, when a person or any system is adapting itself to a user, nothing can get more intuitive than that. Right? So what is a persona? So this is an image I got of Google Art and Culture. Don't ask me what it is. Just look in the slide. So just put it in. So a personality is what someone else perceives you to be. Like if I had to ask you guys right now, like what would you assume my personality is? One word answers. Shoot. Extrovert. And
what's bigger?
2 words, but anyway.
Cheerful.
Sorry?
Cheerful.
Cheerful. And
Active.
active. Okay. I can be passive as well when I speak. So anything else? Interactive. So these are some of the aspects of my personality which you have perceived, right? Now, when you build a bot or a conversation or any other action for Google platform or any other platform on the face of Earth, you need to make sure that someone perceives that to be an actual human being or an actual entity. Have you guys heard of the Turing test? Someone tell me what is Turing test? Yes, sir.
Answer is something like passive. What is the true answer? It's an answer that you don't want, but give you some answer.
Not exactly, like you are very close. Anyone else will give you a Turing test? Yes.
Developed by Alan Turing, saying that who is interacting with another human. Like there should be someone who cannot see from the front but from the behind. It would be like interacting the same way towards human beings. See this interaction. But you would be able to understand that whether you are interacting with a human or with a machine or what.
Can we have a round of applause for this? Someone wanted to add something.
machine or a human. Test would tell.
Right. So that led to the formation of captcha. So can we have stats for both of them?
I didn't
Just
get
tell us
one.
the sizes.
I didn't get one.
You won't get. I will give you later.
I think so.
And you are.
Right?
They're bad to name.
Medium.
one.
So just note her name. You can give her one.
I
Right?
bet
Or
you-
just bring a medium. One medium.
I have one video.
So that's a personality test, right? And that's what Turing test is. So Turing essentially said that when you're interacting with any entity which you can't see, if that entity passes the Turing test, which means you won't be able to differentiate whether it's a bot or an actual entity. That is it, right? So how do you make your machine or your entity pass the Turing test? We, like last year, we had this Facebook developer community challenge, right? So we made a bot called Quincy. That is still pending review in the assistant
It's a
workshops.
thing.
Still review.
It's a really
Stuck in
thing.
review.
Yeah.
So the thing is, what we did with Quincy was we just did not put enough material to make her work. We did put in enough material to make sure she can interact with the user as well when she's not working. You do not understand.
Yeah.
How many of you have used the messenger bot for Pizza Hut and Domino's? Twice or something. So what the Pizza Hut app, chatbot does is, it simply takes your order. You open it, say what can I do for you? I want a pizza, gives you the size, blah blah blah, done. Just a simple check-in and check-out system. What Domino's Pizza Bot does is, it interacts with you, it tries to personalize your queue, it acts as your personal salesman. Which is basically what differentiates Domino's from Pizza Hut, and which is why Domino's chatbot gets more traffic and more viewers than the Pizza Hut chatbot. So in some way or the other, you have to make sure that in the way you are building your conversations with the user is actually reaching the user. So everyone has a persona, right? It's what differentiates us, and it is what is going to differentiate your bot from 1,000 other bots in the market. How many of you already work with action assistants? Besides you. You have already told us, right? Anyone else? Yeah, what did you work on? Okay, that's nice. Does it have a question on infinity conflict? Questions. Okay, fine. Just the holder is not there. So it's fine. So whenever you're building, sit down. So whenever you are building, so see, he built a Marvel quiz, right? If any one of you is going to make another Marvel quiz, you need to first understand what is going to set your quiz apart from his, right? Because if two products are entirely similar or same, it's difficult to gain market traction. It's difficult to get people to use your app because at a fundamental level, you will have difficulty in convincing people on why they should migrate to your bot and not his.
Isn't there like you cannot use the same name for the action assistant, and you cannot have the same name,
This
right?
is Marvel quiz.
And-
Yours is MCU quiz.
Oh, okay. Then you
Name is changed, but you can still have the fundamentally same content. So the thing is not about names and how it is. It's about how your content differentiates yourself from others. How many of you are part of Facebook pages that put out content? Like Calcutta, California, Apple, Calcutta, Instagram, and stuff like that. So you see, whenever these pages go out building themselves, they try to make a content which differentiates itself from their competitors. Essentially, in every form of building, in every form of content building, you have to do exactly that. Whenever you're building a conversation or any other action or any other thing, you need to make sure what you are telling your user has more value than what your competitor is providing. And that is what is going to set your thing apart. Now, when people hear a voice, this was a quotation by Clifford Nass and Scott Bravey. They had written a paper about voice interfaces. They told us that when people hear any voice, they automatically and unconsciously assign a personality to it. For instance, you hear a voice over phone, you can always assume that this person is sort of like this. Maybe they are going to say something like this. Maybe they have this sort of characteristics. Maybe they have this sort of personality. Right? Which is why in the voice, these are the main informations which we can garner. You can analyze their pitch, you can analyze their speed, you can analyze their tempo, their tone and all. and you can get this much information about them. So if you are going to make something which is going to give out so much information about something or someone, you need to make sure you're perceived well, right? You need to make sure your app stands out. So how to create a personality? How to create a board or how to create a persona that will set yourself different apart from the rest? Anyone here knows about product design and product management? Right. So you would know, and let me tell everyone else as well. Whenever building a product or something, you have a stage called prototyping. Right? I guess all of you have heard of prototyping. So in prototyping, you basically build a small representation of what your entire full-fledged product is going to be. Right? It's like a first draft of a story you're going to write. So for prototyping your action, you need to brainstorm a list of objectives which is going to define your persona, which is going to define your what, which is going to define your action. For instance, when I asked you that whatever your my personality, you are extrovert, cheerful, and stuff like that, you need to make sure you have those list of adjectives for your body. Like anyone talks to your action, they need to know that your body is cheerful, your body is approachable, your body is friendly, right? And what if you can't really decide how to make your action? What if you can't make up your mind that these are the qualities that my body is going to have? This is what I do. Take a character. Suppose Mike Wazowski, or Sully, or any other things. Take Homer Simpson, for instance, or Darth Vader, or Ganesh Gaitonde, or whatever the guy's name is. They have not seen it. So the thing is, take a character for reference which you already know, and whose character you would like to embody in your system, action. Right? After coming up with adjectives that represent your action, representing your bot, you make sure you have a visual representation of what it's going to look like. It may be just a sketch containing 2 eyes and a smiley face, but you need to make sure that how you are going to make sure that others will see your product. Right? If you can't make them visualize something, you won't gain the traction which you could have done. If Darth Vader had just been a voice and a wheezing noise, although it's a cult classic now, Darth Vader would not have been as famous. Because of course people recognize the helmet more than the wedding noise. Right? Good designs balance the need for clearly defined user paths with the user's desire for shortcuts directly to what they want. This is taken out directly from a research paper. So if anyone of you want to volunteer and explain to everyone, all of us, what this means, please feel free. What do we mean by good designs balance need for clearly defined user paths and users' desire for shortcuts? Anyone, just give it a go. Yeah, sure.
For an example, WhatsApp app. So suppose you want to send a message, then we just tap on the contact and send it. So if you want to do something else, it is not there visible on the screen. So we tap on the 3 dots. There is on the right, top right corner. Like it's very much intuitive. Like the design should be very much user friendly, and it should be designed in a very intelligent way. Like the testing and the output, you just said that should be done very much in a very intelligent way. So,
Yeah. So what? Yes, sir. Please. Apple has a Coco design language with that. So basically, the word you're looking for is consistency, right? Yeah, okay. Consistency and
I'm
personality.
not really sure about this, but I think Facebook app is doing something about this sentence. Like the interface, I don't know if it's actually right or wrong, but the interface probably adapts to what you are using more. Like maybe if you wanted to go to your own profile, you have to go to the last tab and then click on your profile. But to do that a lot of times, the profile tab comes up and then it's easier for you to do what you've been doing for a long time. So the interface adapts to what you're doing so that you don't have to work more for doing what you want to do.
So that is exactly what like yes.
Yeah, while developing the action which for the NASA hackathon, I have come across like the user design. And in this context, I would like to add like you can add up like some suggestions and carousel cards, like all these things. So and it's easy. It involves the user input and the suggestions are good. So that adds up to the design.
Right. So what essentially means by this is you need clearly defined user passes whenever in a like what he said in a visual interface you need to have checks and balances about where to go and how to what where to look for things right which are not visible. In conversation we call this as prompts. Like suppose your user is not saying something for a certain period of time, you need to prompt them to cross something. Like suppose you are an app, you are a voice assistant that tells people to guess about numbers, right? So you are like, hey, I am number magic, just guess a number. User replies with silence. Like there's just silence on it. After maybe 2 seconds of time, you again say, hey, have you guessed a number yet? Again, awkward silence. You prompt maybe a third time. Are you trying to guess a number between this and this? So what is happening is every time you're prompting the user, you're putting a bit more of information. And make sure your prompts are not the same across all your options. The first time you're prompting, just guess a number. The second time they're giving a time parameter. Have you guessed a number yet? The third time, even more information. Are you trying to guess a number between this and this? So in this way, you're trying to guide the user what to do, right? And this is what user prompts are all about. And this falls in one of the these are like best practices which you should follow while building a system. Test and iterate. Every time you're building an assistant, test and iterate multiple times. And for testing voice interfaces, we have something interesting, what we call the Wizard of Oz experiment. Anyone of you have read the Wizard of Oz book or seen the movie? Okay, now please tell us what it's about. Or at least what happens when they reach the Emerald Kingdom. Yeah, just a brief idea of any idea of you. So the thing is, in the end of Wizard of Oz, you have people like you have the characters, Dorothy and the Scarecrow Man and all of them. They go to the Emerald Kingdom. They come across a man who comes across a wizard. At the end of it all, they find he's just a man hiding behind a curtain. And he's just pulling all strings and he's basically doing some scientific achievements which people are perceiving as tricks, as magic tricks. Which is how the Wizard of Oz experiment came into being. So what you do in the Wizard of Oz experiment is you don't write a single line of code. Simple as that. Don't build an intent on dialog flow. You don't write a single line of code to pull requests from the server. You draft and prototype what you want your assistant action to do. You write down the conversations on how to guide your user about doing that. Like suppose right now I said about, guess a number. But have you guessed a number yet? You don't code this. You just write it out on a sheet of paper and then test it out against a real user. Like at that moment of time, you are playing the assistant action, and you're just telling the things which you expect your assistant to tell your user. Right? So this is the Wizard of Oz experiment. You use this, and instead of writing a single line of code, you test through your entire app. You can test through all the conversations which you had put in place. You see if the conversations which you had planned for actually work or not. And that is what it's all about. Building a conversation is not difficult. This is just an illustration I had. This is the data flow chart where you have Firebase connected and the webhooks connected. You don't need to get into all this right now. I will show you some of the basic tools we need to have to build a system. The Actions console, where you actually link your Dialogflow agent to a Google action. You have Dialogflow, where you actually build the action, and Chatbase. Anyone has heard of Chatbase here? How many have heard of Google Analytics? Right. So what Google Analytics is for websites, Chatbase is for chatbots. So once you connect your chatbot to Chatbase, it gives you an analytics of all the queries it has handled, all the things it has done, and everything that has gone through it, right? The responses it has received and the response it has sent. So wait, I want to thank you, Justin. So this is how the chatbot interface looks. You just link a sample bot here. Like since all of Google's products are interlinked to each other, you can simply have all of them connect to each other and work. So your agent appears up here. You use chat-based to go through the analytics of what you are, your user engagement, ways to optimize your bot, and other things pop into place as more people use your bot. You have dialog flow, which I guess many of you have at least heard about. So dialog flow, you create an agent, and that agent is basically implementing the chatbot. This is what the actions console looks like. So I'm sorry, your time crunch now, so we can't go to the full-fledged session about building a actual chatbot right now. So that was it in this session of building conversations. Hope you have a good conversation about your networking time. Hope you build some more chatbots, and thank you for not booing or hurling shoes or on the.